Good day, ma'am. I am Angel Margaret, and for today I am going to discuss the chapter 12, which is the law related to tourism, investment, and finance. So here's the learning objectives. Enumerate the procedure in setting up a tourism-oriented business. Explain the laws and governing tourism investment and financing tourism-oriented project. Discuss the business models applicable to tourism projects and enumerate the various taxes application to tourism-related establishment. And we have here the topic outline. We have the introduction, Foreign Investment Act of 1991, investment in transportation, business, and public utilities, investment in travel agencies and tour, investment in hotels, resort, and other accommodation establishments, application of the retail trade law for a restaurant and shops, tourism projects under the Build Operation, Operate and Transfer or BOT program, applicable negotiable instruments and documents of the title, foreign exchange, Special Economic Zone Act of 1995, Republic Act of 7916, and business models, and the last one is the taxes. Introduction. Teach, teach man how to start a business and you feed him many lifetimes. In this quote emphasizes the transformative power of entrepreneurship by teaching someone in skills and mindsets to needed start and run a business. You're not just providing them with a meal for a day, you're giving them the tools to create wealth and sustain themselves and their descendants over multiple generations. It's about empowering individuals to take control of their own destiny and build a legacy that can endure far beyond their own lifetime. Next is we have here the Foreign Investment Act of 1991. The Foreign Investment Act of 1991 is a Philippine law that aimed to promote foreign investment in the country by providing a framework for the entry, operation, and protection of foreign investment. It allowed for greater participation of foreign entities in various sectors of the Philippines economy, subject to certain conditions and restrictions. The law provides incentives and safeguards to attract foreign investors and contributing to the growth and development of the Philippine economy. We have here the procedure for the registration. A foreign national or entity not seeking to avail of incentives under the Omnibus Investment Code shall file an application of registration as follows. We have here the corporation, partnership, and single or sole proprietorship. Corporation and partnership are both types of business entities, but they have different structures and legal characteristics. Corporation is a legal entity that is separate from its owner or shareholders. It is owned by shareholders who elect a board of directors to make a major decision on their behalf. Well, partnership is a business structure in which two or more individuals or entities manage and operate a business together. Partnership can be generate partnership where all partners share equally in the profits and liabilities, or limited partnership where some partners have the limited liability. Next is we have the single or sole proprietorship. Single or sole proprietorship is the simplest form of business entity where an individual owns and operates the business. Here are some key characteristics. Ownership is a business is owned and operated by one person who is solely responsible for all aspects of the business. Example of this is the liability, decision making, and taxation and flexibility. While Next is we have here the investment in transportation in business and public utilities. Common carriers like airlines and land water transportation service are considered public services. These services are only permitted for citizens of the Philippines or corporations association established under Philippine law or those with at least 60% of their capital owned by a Filipino citizens. This effectively restricts foreign involvement to maximum of 40%. Furthermore, Filipino citizenship is required for executive and managing position in corporation of or association engaged in the transformative service. We have here the investment in travel agencies and operators. The following may apply for accreditation as tour operators. Number one is a resident Filipino citizens, a partnership or organized under the laws of the Philippines, at least 60% of its capital being owned by the Filipino citizens, and corporation organized under the law of the Philippines, at least 60% of the subscribed common or voting shares of stock of which is owned by Filipino citizens and the composition of its board of directors being at least 60% of Filipinos. Investment in hotels, resorts, and other accommodation establishments. The enactment of Memorandum Order Number 211, which approved the 2006 investment properties plans on April 4, 2006, resulted in the classification of tourism as a preferred activity in accordance with Article 29 of the Omnibus Investment Code of 1987. Tourism encompasses the development of tourism economic zones, tourist states, eco-agri-tourism facilities, and the establishment of various tourist accommodation facilities, including hotels, resorts, apartels, pensions, house, tourist inns, and similar establishments. Application for the Retail Trades Law for restaurant and shops. Restaurants and other tourism-related businesses, including department store and shops, are regulated by the retail trade law due to the nature of their operations. Previously, only Filipino citizens or corporations and associations fully owned by Filipinos could operate and own the establishment. However, with the enactment of Retail Trade Liberalization Act of 2000, foreign investors are now allowed to participate in retail trade, provided they meet certain capital requirements. For more details, please refer to Chapter 5, Laws Regulating Restaurants and Other Tourism Establishments. Next is we have here the tourism projects build, operators, and transfer. Republic Act Number 6987 amended by Republic Act 7718, commonly known as the BOT law, reflect the government's policy to acknowledge the crucial contribution of the private sectors as a primary driver of national progress and development. It aims to offer favorable incentives to encourage private resources to be mobilized of their purposes. We have here the build and transfer or BT, build, list and transfer, build, own and operate, build, operate and transfer, contract, add and operate, develop, operate and transfer, rehabilitate, operate and transfer, rehabilitate, own and operate. Applicable negotiable instrument and documents of title. By way of introduction, the laws applicable for purposes of discussion of the different negotiable instruments and documents of title in the tourism investment are as follows. Act 2031, also known as the Negotiable Instrument Law, Presidential Decree Number 115, providing for the regulation of trust, receipts, transaction, warehouse receipt. Law Act 2137. Next, if you have here the foreign exchange. Article 1249 of the Civil Code of the Philippines state that payment in the money must be made in the currency agreed upon. If the specified currency cannot be provided, payment should be made in a currency recognized as the legal tender of the Philippines. Additionally, the delivery of promissory notes payable to order, bills of exchange, or other commercial documents will be considered as the payment only when they have been cashed or if they are impaired when the fault lies with the creditor. Special Economic Zone Act of 1995, Republic Act 791C. The law established the legal framework of Special Economic Zone in the Philippines, including the creation of the Philippines Economic Zone Authority. It allows for the development and administration coordination of to promote economic growth. Next is we have the business models. In a joint venture, which is similar to partnership, two or more persons bind themselves to contribute money, property, or industry with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. Taxes. In the Philippines, income taxes vary depending on the entity type's income nature. Individual face graduated rates ranging from 5 to 32% with a personal and dependent exemption. Corporations are taxed at a flat rate of 35%, reduced to 30% in 2009, with additional requirements like the minimum corporation income tax. For certain cases, foreign corporation taxation depends on residency status and income source. Special economic zone offer incentives like tax holidays and lower financial tax rates. International carriers and shipping companies face specific tax rates based on the Philippines revenue. And that's all for the chapter 12. Thank you and God bless you.